What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back.
Going way back till the early days.
Fresh stuff.
Money days. You know how we
Give it, party people, something funky to listen to.
Y'all ready for this?
going way back.
It's the Goin Way Back Show with Money B. Your home for classic hip hop, raw and uncut, and that's definitely what we have in the building this evening. I'm saying that I wish everybody that's watching could see the scene in the lobby. It was some real hip hop.
It was crazy.
West Coast legends out in the building, and maybe a few jump in and holler at us. Of course, we got the Lady of Rage in the building.
For sure.
My man King T is out there. Maybe we get him to come holler at us for a second. My man Prodigy, South Central Cartel.
For sure.
Edie Dine from Outlaws is out there. My man Scotty D. How the West Was Won.
Yeah.
We got Lord Tariq.
Oh my
laying in the
gosh.
cut. I mean,
What's
you
up,
know,
Lord Tariq?
I'm pretty excited, man. You know, we got my man Kyle back there with extra white man who I don't know yet. You know, every time it's a new board out, it's just another white guy. We like, okay, who's this dude? What's up, man?
You gotta
looking
pay
like
your dues, man. You gotta pay your dues.
He looked like I'm trying to think of his name back in he got the 70s.
Johnny Surfer.
No, the feathered hair dude.
Johnny Surfer.
No, from the 70s, man. It's gonna come to me. He was like a
dude. He's like Keanu Reeves in that movie. He's
the new one.
Yeah.
You talking about Barry Gibb?
John Wick.
Well, you can do Barry Gibb, but it's somebody else, Leif Garrett or some
Barry
shit like
Gibb.
that.
No, Barry Gibb.
Yeah, Barry Gibb.
That's him.
Leif Garrett.
That's him. Barry Gibb.
I mean, I know you must have the ladies running around. He looked like a 70s sex symbol out there.
Oh my God.
It's all good. I guess this is an old school hip hop show, so they're keeping it real old school. Anyways, enough about them. Let's talk about y'all. What's been happening? Tanteezy.
Yes. How you doing?
You know, but first, hold on. Let me do it right. You know, introduce my crew. We got Tanteezy in the building. Of course, she keeps us in check with the super whip and brings us the old school new news every week. So eloquently. We love you, Tanteezy.
Thanks.
And I got the Silver Fox that rocks. My guy, DJ Always in the building.
How you feeling, dog?
Doing it live like he do.
I is here.
All right, so Tanteezy, what's been up, man? Tell us about your week.
Over the weekend, I just stayed home with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And today I voted. Did you guys vote?
I did not.
Always.
And this is probably the first year that I didn't vote.
I didn't vote.
Since I probably started voting. Seriously, you know, I
real talk.
And I didn't today just because you know I got the little guy with me and I was trying to get prepared for the night.
Okay.
It would have been a whole lot trying to do everything. So I chose not to for once. Hope the economy doesn't crash.
But do you regularly vote?
No, I regularly vote.
You do
every year.
You're like every.
Like man, since I've been like 18 or some shit like that. As long as I wasn't like on the road, you know, probably in the early 90s, I probably was on tour.
So you've been like disappointed for a while?
Disappointed or disappointing?
Disappointed.
Well, you know.
I mean, with the results of the elections.
I mean,
No,
you know, no, because I vote for local issues, everything. You know, what's happening in the school district and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, since you said that, I actually did it differently this year. I did my ballot by mail. And that was only because I didn't know who was what and what was what. Well, it wasn't absentee. Well, yeah, it was absentee.
I think it's the same, yeah. If you do it by mail, it's
the same. Looked up everything online to figure out what I was voting for, so that was easy, and all I had to do was just drop it off at the polling office.
Was there any specific issue that kind of struck a chord with you that you like?
Yeah, the Proposition 46, I believe, the doctors being randomly drug tested.
Oh.
So that's what actually made me want to go out and vote.
Yeah, because doctors do be getting high.
On a regular.
High as the sky.
Rush, like that show on Rush. Or
yeah,
that show Rush.
Oh, you watched that?
For real.
That's great.
What about you Always? Real quick, tell us what's been up.
Actually, this past weekend, I really didn't do much. I was chilling out. I hung out with my daughter at a birthday party and a block party.
Yeah.
Actually, it was very
We never
cool.
get invites
Right.
to these parties.
But you see how always he set the mood. He put on a little
I know. Why is it so
the
mellow?
quiet storm, nigga. This hip hop. Put some boom bap back on.
He over there slurring his
Yeah.
words and
My
everything.
My bad.
Getting all sexy in here. What is that? Cut that shit out. So, anyways, what up, Maxwell? In the building. I didn't do too much. I actually over the weekend. I know I spoke about the this party that I hosted out in Columbus, Ohio.
How was that?
It went well. The club was probably. I mean, because it was like an after hours cabaret type thing.
Okay.
And the crowd was probably a little younger than I expected. You feel me? But one thing I did get to do, my DJ for that evening was Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
Nice.
Because he lives there. Matter of fact, Kyle, I think we got a pic of me and Mixmaster Ice in there. You see it? Run it real quick. It's not working.
What about, Tariq's picture? He was dressed up for Halloween as.
Yeah. Can we get any pictures?
We gotta see Tariq.
Okay, maybe we'll come back to it. But anyway,
There it
shit.
is. It's somebody eyeball.
Enlarged. Come on, bring it. Tone it down, brothers. Bring it
Whose
back.
eye is that?
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
That's Mixmaster Ice from UTFO.
Nice.
So we was out there. He actually DJ'd for me during my set.
Hey, I want that hat.
And
I want that hat. I
you
want
got
that
it.
hat. Hey.
I was a little, like I said, apprehensive, but the crowd got into it because I jumped into I get around and the things that the youngsters would recognize.
Exactly.
So it worked out.
Yeah.
It was good on that point. I was actually supposed to do some extra work out there and it didn't happen. So that was a little disappointing. But, all in all, they treated me well. And we'll probably be bringing some other artists out there. So that's what happened with me. But let's get into what we really want to hear. And that is... It's the old school new news with Tom Teasy.
Thanks, man. Okay, so we're going to start this week off with Cat Williams and Suge Knight. Last week, they got arrested for allegedly stealing a camera from a female paparazzo. Williams told TMZ that he and Knight were protecting a child from being recorded and never took the woman's camera. So Cat Williams is out of jail while Suge Knight is still in prison. While he was in there, he passed out in his jail cell, and he was taken to the prison's hospital ward.
Right.
And the reason why he passed out is because he has blood clots, and since he's been shot, he's on a heavy dose of blood thinner medicine. So right now his bail was set for $75,000. During Halloween, the police paid Mystical a little visit as part of a sex offender compliance check meant to protect kids during Halloween.
Oh, Lord.
As we all know, the rapper has been convicted of sexual battery back in 2004, and since he was convicted, he now has to be listed as a sex offender for the rest of his life.
He's a
That
registered
is
sex
not
offender. That's
good.
not fresh.
No, it's
Not good. You throw a concert and you got to put your name out there.
Man.
Right?
Well, looks like Jay-Z Rock Nation Sports got another person to sign on. Pro Bowl wide receiver Dez Bryant is now represented by Jay-Z's Rock Nation
yes,
Sports.
sir.
He-
Dallas Cowboys, baby.
He joins Geno Smith, Hakeem Nicks,
And Dominican Sue.
and Victor Cruz over at Rock
Couldn't say
Nation.
Say it. And Dominican Sue.
Ndamukong Suh.
Right.
Close enough.
Okay, so Dame Dash is ordered to get involved in the Rockefeller logo lawsuit. The plaintiff, Dwayne Walker, claims he designed the logo. His suit alleged that he inked a deal back in '94 with Dash and Jay-Z that gave him $35,000 and 2% of the company's revenue for 10 years for the design. He says he only received $3,500 actually. Does that sound right though? 2% of the company's revenue for 10 years. You think they actually signed an agreement for that?
For how much money? How much did he give him initially?
Well, initially they gave him $3,500, but then he said that they agreed to give him 2% of the company's revenue for 10 years.
But I'm saying, what did he give them to get that 2%? I'm sorry.
The logo.
The logo. I mean, I wouldn't have did it, but
I'm just saying that doesn't sound right to me. Okay, so moving on, we're gonna go to some record releases. Eminem, Shady 15, and Gucci Mane Trap House 5 will drop November 28th. Wu-Tang Clan, A Better Tomorrow will drop December 2nd. E40, Sharp on All Four Corners, Volume 1 and 2. Lil Wayne, The Carter 5, Part 1 will drop on December 9th. And that's this week's Old School New News on the Goin Way Back Show with Money B.
There it is. Thank you, Time Teasy.
You're welcome. And also, we forgot to mention that Tariq dressed up as Kermit the Frog for Halloween. And we wanted to share that picture with you guys.
So cute.
Yeah, he dressed up as a meme.
It's supposed to say trick or treat. I left a treat in my diaper, but that's none of my business.
You know, see, he got the little tea bag in his bottle.
It's not the little label.
Tea bag label.
He's like, I'm involved, but not.
It's the Goin Way Back Show with Money B.
Money B.
Back in the building with the Lady of Rage and King T the Great.
What up?
King T the Great.
Liquid in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
With the dog pound.
Yeah.
With the dog pound. You know, I actually had J-Ro here at the show a little while ago.
Yeah.
And we got a game that we play called Who Said It? We'll actually be playing it a little bit later on. Really? Yeah, and it's just a game that we play. See if you know your hip hop.
All right.
And what we do is we have Time Teasy say a line from a classic hip hop song.
I'll
and
be
then
pretty
the
good
audience.
at that.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Well, since they talking about it,
let's do one right now.
We're gonna do one right now because
Who said it?
Okay.
Who said it?
Who said that? Who is it?
Who said
A
it?
little intro.
Who the fuck said that?
So what happens is, Chanteezy, and this is going out for everybody that's watching. You know, we still have the signed Digital Underground shirts available. So if you call in and you guess it, you definitely get the shirt. Solo Flex, I dare you to get this one this week, especially since King T say he know everything. But this is the thing about it. Chanteezy is not really a hip hop head. So when she says the line, she doesn't have the cadence.
Okay.
Because I don't tell her what the song is. I just give her the line to read it.
Okay.
So she's going to read
No commas or anything.
a line from a classic hip hop song, and you guess who said it and what record it's from.
Okay.
If you know your hip hop, here we go.
Help me out, Ray.
Early.
All right. Out the window, middle finger for all jealous at my ride, stereo and black walls. Who said it?
I have no idea.
I knew that was going to get him.
Say it again.
Say it one more
I'll try to
time.
put some flavor on it.
Put some flavor on it.
I'll try. Out the window, middle finger for all jealous at my ride, stereo and black walls. Who said it?
Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Nope. But you see how this game go? I'm going to let y'all think about it.
Maybe
So
I stuck my foot in my mouth.
For those of you out there, and if y'all don't get it, we'll try another one. But those of you, always, where's the music at, man? What's going on?
I can't even hear myself.
So anyways, if you know it, if you know who said it, please give us a call. The number
855-878-4652.
That's what's up. So, Rage, I want to ask you, just off the top, you know, we just saw your video, and you have Run DMC in it. How was that experience? Because I don't know about you, but I idolized Run DMC.
I did too.
Growing
I did
up
as well. And Run DMC were the was very influential in me becoming a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Run DMC, Sequence, Sugar Hill. But once I heard Run DMC, I really took it serious. So I tell people Run DMC was very influential in me becoming a rapper. But Rakim made me transition into a MC.
Like that?
Yes.
And King T, for you, who was it?
Run DMC, definitely, but LL Cool J, when well, really, let me keep it 100, it was a cat named Tila Rock.
Yeah, it's yours.
Yeah. And then when LL came and Big Daddy came, that's when I started writing and getting on the mic, because I was really a DJ at first. So
you knew about it. So Rage, do you know who Tila Rock's beatbox was? I know you know if you.
Yeah.
The beatbox?
He had a beatbox
Sure did.
on his album, and when he was doing his first record.
It's yours.
But do you know?
Are you thinking of Just Ice?
No.
No.
Tila Rock had a
Tila Rock
singing
had a
Jay-Z.
beatbox.
Bismarcky?
Nope.
Rozelle?
And you can go back and listen to the records.
Buff?
No, it was Greg Nice.
What?
Nice and
From?
Smooth.
Wow.
That was his beatbox.
Oh Lord, don't make me
See,
look like a
DMX.
fool
He
over here.
Just Ice had DMX
Right.
as his beatbox.
Right.
But Greg Nice he's the beatbox
Wow.
for Tila Rock.
Who knew? You going way back? Like
Man,
you know,
I know it.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we got it for you.
Give it here.
So now, like I said, Rage, a lot of people, just because you were signed to Death Row, everybody assumes that you're from the West Coast, and you're not. You're from Virginia.
Farmville, VA.
Farmville, VA.
So what you got to say?
And you actually had a to me, an interesting road to get here. So I mean, share it with us, because you was down with like the LA Posse and Chubb Rock and all that shit. Like,
so after I graduated high school, I went to Houston, Texas, and I was going to go to U of H, and the out-of-state fees were too much. So my grandfather was like, "You have to get a job." So while I was at the unemployment office, I saw a sign on the wall, earn money while you learn or something like that, which was for Job Corps. So it was like you could get a trade and do all of this. So I went to Job Corps for like a year, and I was doing meat cutting. So I could slice up a ribeye.
So you know how
I
to
could
do
do
that.
all of that. Yeah, I'm nice with the knife.
chop a nigga up too, huh? You need to. You chop a motherfucker up.
But so after
It's
that,
nice to know.
I met a couple girls. One, her name was Angela. Another girl named Lady C, and they were nice. So after being in Job Corps, I called Angela. I called Lady C first. I was like, "You want to go to New York?" And she was like, "How we gonna get there?" I was like, "Hitchhike." She was like, "Hitchhike? Somebody gonna kill us?" I
Sound
said,
like
"No."
a porno.
That sound like a porno.
Yeah, how does that sound like a porno?
Because they used to hitchhike in the pornos and jump in the car and then they go down.
Sound like an axe murder of anything.
Either a murder movie or porno.
Okay.
Either or.
So
Okay,
she
go
was
ahead.
like, "Nah, somebody gonna kill us." I said, "Nah, I'm gonna take my grandfather's gun. We get in the car with one person. If they try something, I got a gun. You know, I wasn't gonna kill them, but it's not gonna be the way you want it. We getting out of here." So
Right.
she didn't go. So then I went to Angela's, and I worked for like 2 months at McDonald's. So when it was time to go, she didn't want to go. She said she was scared because we didn't know anybody. I was like, "We know each other. You know, we going after our dreams." She didn't want to go. So I went on and got to New York. First day there, I met this guy in Tower Records. His name was Dax, and I had a Run DMC hat on.
Right.
So the tag was hanging out. He was like, "Your tag hanging out." I said, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "What, you rap or something?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, where you from?" I said, "Virginia." He's like, "Yeah, right, you rap." So I started rhyming.
Right.
And this is my first day in New York. And so after I was finished, people started clapping for me. And I was like, wow, yes, this is what I need.
Right.
So he said his mom was looking for somebody to do a PSA for AIDS awareness. All right. So I met his mom. His mom is Beverly Goodman, who is the mother of Niles Rogers.
Wow.
She happened to put a lot of time and invested in me, put me in studios and everything like that.
Okay.
I met this dude named Shakim, who was down with the LA Posse. LA Posse was doing a compilation called We Come in All Colors, working at Chung King Studios. So we did that. Dre heard We Come in All Colors. He asked, "Who's that girl?" They gave him the number because I started working there and living there.
Right.
That's another story. But
Yeah.
so he called me and he was like, "Yo, this Dr. Dre. I wanted to know if you wanted to be down with my label." And I was like, "How do I know you're Dr. Dre?" He was like, "There's only one way to find out." He sent me a ticket. But before that, Chubb Rock was because I was the receptionist, so I was writing rhymes and rhyming, and I caught him peeking at me one night as I was writing one of my rhymes and saying one of my rhymes. He was like, "Yo, you rap, yo?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he became interested. He put me on my first song, which was called "Bring 'Em Home Safe," which was on his album. It was about people in the Gulf War.
I got it.
And I was rocking Robin at that time.
Yeah.
And I also worked with Nikki D and all of that, but ultimately I came out here. And the rest is history.
Okay, because I was wondering how you actually met Dre. So you didn't meet him; he actually just called you.
He heard me.
Heard you and called you. I mean, and then so when you got out, when you first got to LA, now being that you weren't from here, and it seemed, and tell me if it's different. It seemed like, from what I hear, like this collective was just put together. You know what I mean? Like meaning you didn't know Corrupt and Daz and Snoop or even RBX or whatever.
It unfolded.
Right. So did it when you first met him? Just being from somewhere different. Even me being from Oakland is so much different from LA, especially back then. It's like a culture shock. But did it feel like a comfortable fit from the beginning, or was it?
No, I adapt. I'm like a chameleon. I fit in. I learn and I adapt to what's around me. So it wasn't. I was chasing my dreams. So if this is what it took.
So you weren't even thinking about that. You was just like, I'm trying to get what I'm trying to do.
So it didn't matter. The only thing out here was you had to have a car. Because like
Obviously.
New York, out there you can get the train, the subway take you anywhere you want to go. But out here, it's like, you want to get there, you need a car. So that was the only thing. But then I had friends that came and picked me up.
I was about to say, who's you riding with? 'Cause
Diamond.
You don't know nobody out here.
Homegirl Diamond.
Huh. Came and got you.
Yep.
That's what's up. So, King T, your role was a little different. Now, what my first remember, because back in the day, I really called myself being a DJ back in the day. I think we all did.
Right.
When you first get in, especially back in the mid to early 80s or whatnot. And I just remember I used to just go out, and back then it wasn't so much hip hop, so you really just looked at the label. If the label looked like something that you already had before, you just got it.
Yeah.
And I remember getting, I don't know if it was Better Bring a Gun, or was it on Unknown Records?
Techno Hop.
Techno Hop, but that was the same label as Ice-T.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved? Did Ice-T have anything to do with that?
Ice-T had a hand in me getting my major deal at Capitol Records.
All right.
Later on, but Techno Hop, it was all my man in there, Scotty D. He brought me to meet DJ Unknown.
Scotty D.
Yeah.
Damn. He's still out there?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah, it was all Scotty D and DJ Pooh who produced it. We went to Unknown's house, made Payback some other. The second single was The Coolest and You Better Bring a Gun. And then after that, we got the deal. No, actually, after that, we did a little single with Greg Mack from 1580K they called Bass.
Okay.
And that's
drop
what.
That. Drop.
And we got the deal. That's what got us the deal with Capitol Records. That's when Ice started managing me, and he had the Rhyme Syndicate going on and all that.
Now what we listening to, that's the bass remix, right?
No, this is At Your Own Risk.
At Your Own Risk.
Yeah,
At Your Own Risk. So the only reason I bring it up because they used to play. This was the Rap City.
Oh yeah.
The Rap City
intro to Rap City.
Intro theme to Rap City, and I remember back then we was like, man, King T, he rich. I was like, my nigga getting rich out here. They playing this thing every day.
Nothing for that.
We was thinking you was getting $1 million a play. For real.
Man.
It's just funny because you know, if you from the outside looking in, you don't know, you thinking. And
no, it was still a blessing. though. I was happy for it, but I wish I would have been smarter. Like back then, to get my publishing and all that.
So you just didn't get any?
Well, somebody got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody got it. So somebody just said, "Hey, can we do this?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, fuck it, I just want to be on the thing."
No, I didn't even talk to them or give my permission. They just.
So when you just started hearing it, you wasn't like, "Hey."
It was just like we used to take people breaks and use them. You know what I'm saying?
So you was like, "Oh, they using my stuff."
This is hip hop.
I got my story like that because I don't know if y'all that 6 Million Ways to Die. Choose one. That's from my record. That's my guy that said it. Yeah, I had a song. Yeah, Courtney, and he mad at me to this day. But yeah, he my Jamaican guy.
Oh, I thought it was a reggae song or something like that.
Well, no, it was on my song. What's the name of that song? I forget the name of my own fucking song. Anyway,
it happens to me.
Yeah, right now it'll come to me. But he said the intro. But what happened was everybody thought it was Cuddy Ranks because Cuddy Ranks sampled my record.
Wow.
But this was around like 91, 92. Back then, the laws of sampling were just kind of, and it was whack if you it's whack if you sue somebody, another hip hop nigga, because we was like, what? We can't use these records. So when people started using it, I didn't say nothing. So Snoop used it on
someone on
what's the
Doggy
name?
Style.
Redman used it. Like I said, Cuddy Ranks used it, which that was a reggae dancehall record, which I don't think we really could have. The laws at the time, you couldn't do nothing about that.
I take it as a learning experience.
I take it as I missed out on a lot of money.
A part of paying your dues.
Yeah, a lot of us went through that.
Yeah, so I mean, we all got them stories. Yeah. You understand? So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. King T, can you hang out for a few more minutes?
Sure, I guess.
All right, that's what's up. We'll be right. Oh, and y'all still gotta figure out who said it. Hip hop people.
We still figure. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, we're gonna bring it back.
Give me one more.
Okay, we're gonna when we come back. Did anybody call for that?
Nobody know.
All right, we will. Okay, we'll be right back. It's Goin Way Back Show with Money B.
Money B.
It's Goin Way Back Show with Money B.
Money B.
You just heard Chemical Burn, Lady of Rage with DJ Premier.
Yes, sir.
Killing.
Tell us about that one. That was kind of fire.
Well, Premier had this exclusive deal with Serato.
Okay.
And he needed like 32 bars or something. I don't know how many bars that is. And he happened to call me. Me and DJ Premier, we are very close.
I was about to say, y'all been rocking for a long time.
Very close. And we met at a club. I was staying with Nikki D in Brooklyn, and we went out one night, and Premier lived around the corner. And so he gave us a ride home, and I was way in the back. And he had, what's those cars? MPVs? MPVs.
Mazda.
And he turned the music on, and the bass was like, vibrating. I was like, ooh, listen at that bass.
Yeah.
And he was like, what you say? And I was like, listen at that bass. And from right then, he said, I knew you was different because girls wasn't talking about listen to that bass or hey, like turn that shit down or something like that. So he was like, from
I know about
it. That point on. And that was like 89.
89?
89 or 90, yep.
Damn, so that's around the time we first started getting it in.
Yep.
Now, what I wanted to ask you, Rage, because we always like to speak on a little shit that's going on right about now. And I want to know your thoughts, just because of the association of that whole shit with, even though it was last week, Snoop and the shit with Iggy and all of that shit. Like, did you even know about that?
I know something about it, but I'm like, I don't
yeah,
really.
You ain't in it?
Yeah, I'm really not into what's going on and
so
things
you
like that.
Because my next question was going to be, what music are you listening to? Like, as far as like female MCs. I know obviously Nikki is still holding it down. She rocking. but
nobody.
Anybody new?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I listen to the Winans, Anita Baker, The Chronic. I listen to classic stuff because there's a lot of stuff out that I really can't get with it.
Yeah,
it's not motivational for me. It doesn't do anything for me. Even my son, who's 10 years, he just turned 11.
Right.
Nice.
He's not even into that. His rappers are Scarface, The Dog Pound, Pharoah Monch, Little Kim, myself.
Right.
He likes that classic stuff. So now my daughter, on the other hand, all Iggy, not Iggy Azalea, but what's the dude? Tyler, the Creator.
She like the ratchetness.
She likes Chief Keef and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't.
Can't deal with it. Right. Yeah, because a lot of them don't really be rapping. I think we got a call on the line.
Right there with you.
I ain't knocking, do
Caller,
your
what's
thing.
your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is J-Max.
Hey,
What's up, Money B?
stranger.
What's up, Don TZ?
What's up, man? We got Lady of Rage and King T in the building.
That's right. What's up, King T?
What up?
Congratulations, Money B.
Thank you.
I just want to say it's an honor to be able to speak to Lady of Rage.
How
You're
you
one
doing?
of the dopest MCs ever.
Thank you. I get
and
that a
notice
lot.
I didn't say female MCs, just MCs, period.
Well,
That's
thank
right.
you.
That's right.
That's real.
Cause she was ripping dudes out here.
Still, what you mean? You just heard Chemical Burn. She's still killing cats.
Right.
She might even bust a freestyle before we get out.
She won't.
She might. J Mix, you got a question?
Still do that?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's still
I
rock.
ain't got nothing to prove.
Hey, nah, you just get out there, you just rock something, man.
Yeah, no. Didn't you just hear me say I ain't motivated? That's
You want me to
for
tickle
real.
you?
No.
Come over here. J Mix.
Might have problems.
J Mix.
up?
Oh, that's right. She do not cut some meat, huh? You got something? You got a question for Rage or King T?
I had a question for Rage, and much love to King T.
Okay.
Rage, can you tell us about recording Rock On with Tupac, how that came about, and why you remixed it for the release?
I didn't remix it. Who, Daz or someone else probably remixed it. Rock On. Tupac just happened to be in the studio, and he came in and he heard it, and he was like, "Let me put something on that," and that's how it happened. And unfortunately, Pac and I didn't get to do any projects. He was working on, I think it was called One Nation, or
with
Buckshot.
Shorty
Yeah. And he
yeah.
asked me to be on that, and I told him, I said I might be on that. So my intent was to be on that, but as we all know, what happened, so I wasn't able to. So this is the only thing that I have from Pac and myself. And so it was a lot of people, are in awe of Pac, and with me it was just like, he's part of the crew. It's like, come on in and do your thing. So somebody asked me one time, what was it like working with one of the greatest MCs ever? And I was like, at the time, I didn't know that's what he was going to become. It was just like one of the homies. Like, I didn't look at him like, oh, this is one of the greatest MCs. It was just
he's just one of the cast.
Yeah.
And what's funny about that is, I had Corrupt on the show, and we were just talking about, you couldn't really know Tupac without eventually bumping heads with him. So tell us about the craziest thing that you ever got into it with him about. Because I know it's been a million things. Just something that's funny.
Okay. Now.
Or stupid.
But this wasn't funny.
Okay,
this
wasn't
was
funny.
serious.
All right.
And he was adamant about it.
I mean, as always.
And he really when he came to Death Row, he was fueled. He was on a mission.
Right.
So
as were you?
Yeah, no, this was a different mission.
Oh, okay.
He was
on that bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't bullshit to him.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't bullshit to me, but he had a bone to pick, and it was with Bad Boy and a lot of people on the East Coast.
Right.
So his thing with me was, I was in the studio one night and he came, and before that he was like, he would mess with me, flirt with me. He was like, Rage, I don't like big girls, but it's something about you, and
right.
he was playful and all. But this one particular time he was like, yo, Rage, he's like, you the weak link.
Oh.
Now, no, I didn't take it.
Yeah.
Because I said, I'm the weak link. He said, yeah, you the weak link on Death Row. And I was like, why is that? He's like, because you was the only motherfucker standing up for them niggas at the Source Awards.
Right.
So I said, I don't think that makes me the weak link. I think that makes me the strong link. Because I wasn't going to let what anybody else, I'm doing me. And that's all I can do. And in the end, he eventually respected that. He tried to get me to do, not get me to do, but he was trying to, tell everybody what was going on. These niggas tried to kill me, and that's what he believed, and that's what he felt.
Right.
And then he wanted me to diss Little Kim and Foxy Brown, and he was like, you don't think them bitches will diss you, Raid? And I was like, well, if they, can I curse?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Going to town.
I guess you
Too
already,
late now.
you already did it. Go ahead.
So,
go for what you know.
It was like, he's like, don't come get me when them bitches come and diss you. I said, well, if they do, I could fight my own battles. I don't have to try to recruit an army to fight my battles like some motherfuckers.
Right.
So it was just a back and forth thing. And then he used to come in on my sessions. So one night I was just like fed up, like, why you always coming in on my session? He was like, I call up here and they ask me what studio do I want, and I tell them I want this studio, and they tell me okay. So he's like, and you should have been done with your album. And I was like, in my head, like, you right, I should have been done with my album.
Right.
But I'm going to get back to that later. He's like, you go see them motherfuckers up in the front office. So I went up there, and I was like, why is Pac always in my session? And they was like, shh, Rage, come in here. And I was like, what? Well, what it is nobody wants to tell Pac no. I said, okay.
Right.
So I went back and I told him.
No.
I told him what they said.
Right.
And so he was like, yeah. I said, yeah. And so it was like from that point on, he was like, you know what, Rage, whenever I come, if you're not finished, just I'll be in the back. You let me know when you finish. If you need some help, I'll help you. It seemed like from that point on, we were, the tides had turned. It wasn't bumping heads anymore. It was just like a mutual respect. And I remember one time he was like, yo, Rage, I heard you hit a cop. And I was like, yeah. He's like, damn, I know some niggas that wouldn't hit a cop. And so it just became a thing. And I felt like, Pac, you nobody's gonna get you to do anything that you don't want to do or that you don't believe in.
Right.
And I just felt that me being me, no matter what anybody else thought, that's all I can do, and that's what I'm known for. And maybe that's why I haven't got as far as some people feel that I should have got, because I don't comply.
Yeah, you ain't kiss
I do
nobody
my
ass.
thing, whether it's weakness or strength. I look at it as strength, and that's my thing. So you
respect it. Yeah,
so,
you gotta respect
and
what
that's what it was in the end. And he would say things to me, and it became. And that's when he asked me to be on One Nation. Oh, what is it, One Nation?
No, well, yeah, it was One Nation. It was One Nation.
And he was like, I got some East Coast niggas, Rage. I got some East Coast niggas. So, and that was that. And that was it wasn't all friction and bumping heads. It was cool. I remember we went to Belize. That was beautiful.
Right.
It was some good times. But then, when he first got out, he was on a mission, and he felt he had been wronged, and he was out to.
Yeah, he was out to do his thing. Well, I know one thing about Pac is if he'll test you, but he may get it because he's real passionate. He'll get heated with you, but like you said, after you go through it, then the next day, it's like, all right, fuck you, like, come on,
right?
Like whatever, because it's been many times when that's happened, obviously between us and whatnot. We're gonna take a break. Poetess, call us up because I seen you hit me. The number to call in
855-878-4652.
Okay, real quick, we gotta take a break, but nobody guessed the who said it. Not even Solo Flex. So always, wait, one more time, read the line.
Out the window, middle finger for all jealous. At my ride, stereo and black walls.
Master Ace?
No. Always, you want to give it to him?
Right now?
Right now. That's why I've been saying set it up. Always in your beer. Always in your beer. Pay attention, brother. Pay attention. Okay, let's take a break and we'll come back. What up, King T? Wait, we got a call? Let's take this call.
Hey, caller. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is the one and only Solo Flex calling from Oakland, California.
Hey,
there he is. Solo Flex.
So you know who said it?
Yes, I do. That's my favorite rap group. That's Public Enemy. That's You're Gonna Get Yours.
Sure is. Run it.
Wow.
Hold on. Let's play it. Let's hear it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Play it back one more time so you can hear how he said it.
Y'all got me on that one.
I might have to redo that.
Yeah. Solo Flex,
well,
you always
thanks for
get
calling.
it. I think Solo Flex, you be typing that shit in, don't you?
He do.
No,
You
got
Shazam.
That's my favorite money. That's my favorite rap group of all time, man.
All right, you know it. Hey, so you got that track from Dale yet, right?
Say that again.
Did you get the track from Dale?
Not yet, because Devil's on tour, but I'm gonna give it to him when he comes back on before December.
Okay, that's what's up. So I'm gonna take this next call because we ain't got long. I'm gonna hit you on Facebook, and obviously you just want another shirt. This nigga cleaning me out.
This motherfucker.
All right. All right, I'll talk to you next week.
Enough respect to Lady of Rage.
Yes, sir.
Enough respect to King T.
Yo.
Okay.
Thanks, bro.
We got another caller.
Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Fifi
What?
from LA.
What's up, Felicity?
What up,
And
though?
I want to say that the Lady of Rage is my favorite. King Tipsy is my favorite.
Yo.
Money B is my favorite. DJ Always is my favorite.
Wasabi.
And
Well, you
Hey,
see,
what's going on?
F-Dog, you see Lord Tariq over here?
huh?
Put the camera on the boy.
Lord Tariq.
What you say?
I said,
Lord
you see the boy?
Tariq right there. He is the man.
What am I hearing right now?
I said, you can't see the
Hilarious.
boy. Can you see us on TV, on the screen?
I can see you, but it's a delay.
Oh,
Okay.
you'll see him in a second.
It'll come back around.
Oh,
Look,
There he is.
Wow.
There he is.
He's a superstar.
Huh.
Yes.
He's
I
gonna,
just wanted to call in to say what's up, everybody. I love everybody in that room right now.
We love you too,
Love you
girl.
too, Felicity.
that's
Appreciate it.
we love you too, F-Dog. We was just talking about you. And real quick,
Y'all should,
huh? Tell everybody what you got going on.
Oh, I am in the process of getting Morris Media Studios together, and next, Saturday, November 15th, we're launching a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo to have, a little media center in the community in Lamert Park off Crenshaw, something cool. So hit me up, follow me at OG Poetess for more details.
Follow her, OG
Thanks for
Poetess.
asking, Money B.
Say what?
Thanks for asking, Money
Oh
B.
yeah. We always got to get it in. It's all about promoting. Always.
Hey, DJ, always, I need you to DJ for me on the 15th. You available?
Let me look.
Hold on now. Hold on now.
Yeah, I'm open.
Yeah, I'll call you.
All right.
Hi, Robinelli.
Hey, Felicity.
Okay, I'm going to let y'all go.
All right, F-Dog. Thanks for calling in. Hello? Oh, she gone.
Yeah, look.
Okay, so
Thanks.
So
I'm out.
y'all see how this Who Said It go, right? So we got time for one or two more. Which one you want to do?
Oh.
Yeah, do number 2. Now this one should be easy to one of y'all.
Now, I'm not saying, oops, let me say it right. Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm into static, but yo, if you cause it, yep, we gotta have it. Who said it?
Oh my God.
That was the one I thought she was gonna
You
say.
did.
Man.
You got it?
That's the second one. That's not the one you want to do.
Well, no, we're gonna do the last one.
Okay.
Read the second one more time, and then
Now,
we'll play.
I'm not trying to say that I'm into static, but yo, if you cause it, yep, we gotta have it. Who said it?
Tupac.
You gonna take a guess? A wild guess?
You?
That was close, but nope. Hell nah. Run it always.
I started to say that. I started to say life.
I need my ass
Wow.
kicked.
I started to say life.
We gotta have it. Cause I ain't going out like a sucker, no way. So I sit around and wait for you to make
I need my
Light
ass
was the
kicked.
coldest with it, boy.
10% diss.
I started to say that.
Want me to say the next one?
Okay, we're gonna do one. We're gonna do one more. 'Cause we almost out.
I gotta get one.
Gotta get one.
I'm gonna kick a little, not a Dr. Seuss riddle. No cats in the hat box and some socks. Who said it? Don't say it one
Chubb
more.
Rock.
Got him.
Oh!
What's the song? No, it was for you too, and you didn't get it. On the same album.
I was gonna say, the delivery is the way.
What's the song?
I am, but on the jam, I'm gonna kick a little, not a Dr. Seuss riddle, no cats in the boxing some slaps. To the
Just the
DJ.
two of us.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't help you, Lenny.
That's like one of my favorite rappers too.
Yeah. Chubb Rock, he was killing.
He is
back
nice.
then.
You gotta get one, King
Nice.
T.
He's one of the few that got it.
Yeah, he is.
He's
and
one of
he's,
two.
and he's still rocking right now with Kwame and them. What?
Kwame, Moni.
Yeah.
And people are sweet on
And,
Kwame.
and
I
Special
want to
Ed.
get Kwame here.
And Special Ed.
Special Ed,
Well,
yeah.
if they
Yeah.
ever out here, we get Kwame to come through here. So I guess stepping out, King T, what's next? What's the latest? What's new? How what should we be looking for, and how can they find you on social media and whatnot?
Well, y'all can reach me on Facebook, facebook.com/KINGTLA. Same with Twitter, KINGTLA. Same with Instagram, KINGTLA. We still working on. We trying to still put together this Likwid Crew album. The Alcoholics, we pushing in the studio, trying to get a new Alcoholic album. Exhibit
With
is in the
everybody,
studio.
with Exhibit.
Yeah.
So everybody, what about what's the dude's name?
Defari.
Defari.
Well, yeah, we pulling every
Tash.
Stylistic Jones,
all them cats.
But mainly we've been on the road, just trying to put it together. Exhibit is doing this thing with Open Bar Radio and Open Bar Records, and he's over there with Aftermath with John Connors and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Now let me ask you too, real quick. How does that? I mean, I don't know how it feels, but just tell me. To see that you basically created this movement, the whole Likwid Crew and the Liquid, whatever, because it went to so many different places.
Movement?
No, I'm saying because I remember from the beginning, you
Well, that's
and
what
then
actually we
Alcoholics,
wanted
and
to
then
call it,
just,
the alcoholic movement, but
Right.
we couldn't do it, so it's the Liquid movement.
But it kind of, like you said, it just shot off to so many different directions.
I am not mad at you.
Like, is it what you envisioned? Like, because it seemed like the styles, everybody went in so many different
definitely.
places.
I mean, it started out as just a bunch of friends that got fucked up on the weekend, partying,
Right.
and making records. Something we like to do, just making records, and nobody tried to tie nobody down and
Right.
all that. It's all liquid. Everybody do their own thing.
Be free of what you do, what you
Similar
want
to
to
the
do.
Dog Pound.
Also,
For sure,
I
right?
do want to say before we get off, in my opinion, I think that I don't think lyrically that you've gotten your just due. I think people slept on him. Just because when you see somebody in khakis and the subject matter,
I'm a long
but
time
lyrically
advocate,
he was rocking.
dog.
He
I'm
was
a
killing
long
like
time
from day
Tila
one.
fan, dog.
Always.
No,
Man.
I've been having fun, man, and I'm just happy to be here, and,
That's right.
and been there, and I just wrote what I feel and rapped and love having fun, getting drunk, partying, messing with girls.
I'm sorry,
do
man.
I.
The coldest album cover, gray khaki suit,
Oh, with the
shotgun down
shotgun?
by the side, just walking. Like
Act
what?
a fool.
I loved it all. I loved, the lynch mob, Ice Cube thing,
I
the
loved
Dog
it,
Pound
man.
thing. I used to sneak over there with Robin up at Death Row and
Right.
her and Jewel and all that, and hang out with them and
Those were
Dre.
the
And
days.
them.
I can't tell you how many texts I got right now from my homeboys because they know I was an avid dude,
Yeah.
King Tila
I
fan.
appreciate it for sure.
No, I
Me.
swear to God, because when we were driving in,
I was the
nigga
cat.
texting me like, King T is here. Hurry
Dude,
up.
I was the cat.
Hurry up.
I was the cat.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Out of my
Appreciate
whole crew, dog.
That's what's up.
I was the cat. Tila. And they knew about you from me.
Rage.
For real.
Let everybody know where
Real
they can
quick,
find you on
we gotta
social
wrap.
media.
Real quick, okay.
And,
Social media, Instagram, what am I? The Lady of Rage _ on Instagram, Twitter @the official Lady of Rage. I'm working on Queen Kong or Verbal Abuse. I wish I could have, had the callers come in and help me decide which one it was going to be, but
Right.
I'm doing that with DJ Premier. I'm also working with Chairman Fred Hampton on the biography story of his father, Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., who was the chairman of the largest chapter of the Black Panther Party in Chicago.
Right.
We're working on that, and to the people of Ferguson, fight the power.
That's right.
That's what it is. Ty Teasy, let them know.
All social media, Ty Teasy, TON_TEEZY, and make sure you subscribe to the Goin Way Back Show YouTube channel. Always.
Always at always in your ear.
In your beer.
Yeah, all that.
Just fucking with you, man.
No, it's good. I'm trying to do two things at once, and I can't do it.
Man.
Well,
I want rage.
Obviously, you can find me on all social media at MoneyB69, at MoneyB69. Like Ty Teasy said, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you missed this episode, you can check this out in our archives. Plus, check out the podcast at goinwaybackshow.com. Shout out to Cool Boy. Stay tuned. DJ
What
King
up,
Assassin
Cool Boy?
Show is next. It's coming right now, so don't
Peace
go
out.
nowhere. Make sure you tune in next week, 6 p.m. for the Real Talk Show with Edie Don, then the Goin Way Back Show, and then King Assassin. All over again, triple threat. I want to thank King T, Lady Ray. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Man, I wish it was. We need a 2-hour show, right?
Yeah.
Call in and
I
ask for a
agree.
2-hour show. We need it. But anyway, all we got is an hour today. So until next time, people, please
be easy.
It's the Goin Way Back Show with Money B. Classic hip hop, raw and uncut.
Thanks for visiting the Goin Way Back Show channel. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, and click that like button.